Tuesday night IMLTV. It was actually, price was around Tuesday, should have been around right here. It was fighting this area here, and you can see it broke out, called the signal on swipe trades for an entry right here on this black line. As you can see, the entry was right here, and I'm going to draw it just like this. Long position was 1.19150, which is right here. Alright, and you can see that we had a swing trade up 110 pip move to our third target up to 1.20250 right in here. So that was all targets, 110 pip move. As you can see, we faced literally almost no drawdown on this entry right here, and you may be wondering, well, Justin, how were you able to get a no drawdown entry like that? You know, can't get it almost every time, but you can be pretty spot on accurate. It's pretty self-explanatory. When you see the market, and you can see here in the 4 hour, what is this market to you? What does this market consist of? Okay, so we see higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, right? Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, so on and so forth. Wouldn't you think that inside here in the 1 hour, we can see this consolidation, but you can also see it's an uptrending market. So what are we looking for anyway? A buy. And you can see higher highs, and you just have a high, higher highs. It finally creates a higher high. What are we waiting for? The breakout, ascending triangle breakout pattern comes, retests. It was also a Fibonacci level, right? Which is right here, I believe, which moved from this low to this high, I believe. Yep, right there, 61.8. Just like that. See that? 61.8, bang, comes the test, that broken triangle, and then takes off for 110 pips. My opinion, should complete its move up to this 0, or if not, it'll have to show me some different type of direction, but I would not be looking for any shorts whatsoever on Euro until this trend line has been kind of broken, or it's broken beneath this black line right here, so on and so forth. So that's that. Another thing I want to analyze with you guys here is this Euro USD JPY trade, which really kind of faked a lot of people out. Other traders I know who, you know, in the marketplace, technically not even inside of iMarkets Live, other traders I just know, professional traders, also got faked out on this trade. It's all good, is what it is, but we can see that this hour time frame here, we had this break below here, then we had this break above this 38.2, waiting for that pullback retracement, which we drew right here. We had this high, right, to this low, trying to catch that counter trend move. Entry off the 618 with stops below this 38.2. As you can see, price continued downward. So now we can see that this low, this 0% down in here, this previous low, even on a 4 hour time frame, has not, has not been violated. There's been no candle close below the 0, so the trend could still be up, but for me to consider even taking that, there'd have to be a higher low created and then a higher high. So it'd have to look something like this. We need a shift up above like this, then we need that higher high, and then that's when we would obviously take a buy trade on USD JPY. But rest assured, guys, no need to worry about this setup. There's nothing here, in my opinion. It is Thursday nights, and the markets do close tomorrow, so there's no worries or issues of rushing into any type of trade or anything like that. But next thing I wanted to cover was this USD CAD trade here, and I want you guys to understand how easy this can be. So when you see these shifts, right? Look at the shift down. In the beginning of the week, it was a holiday mode. So what we like to do, we don't like to do anything in holidays because that's Chris Terry's recommendation. I'm going to obviously listen to someone who's been in the market for 20, 30 years. I would obviously listen to what you said, but this happens during the holiday mode. Was this consolidation right here? Where is my square tool? you can see this entire range right here. I want you guys to see something real quick and how easy trading can really be. So we have this high and we have this low, and obviously it's finding support here, and it found a resistance right inside of there. So if I were to draw my fibs, and again, a trick I like to use, find that continuation trade here, that low to the high, so it's actually in reverse. It's something I do, something I learned from Christopher Derrick, and implemented it in with my other analysis, and it's been pretty spot on since then. That's why we've been catching so many huge swing trades the past couple weeks on swipe trade. So here you can see break, shift down, 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 down. Now what do we focus on? We're focusing on 78.6, 88.6, 61.8, and 38.2. Right? Let me change these colors. Here, switch it. All right, and this is an education. This isn't. We're not doing. No, we're not looking for buys on USD CAD. Why would you buy in this market? Look at that huge downtrend. I would not buy in that market. Anyway, we have a huge shift down, and then look at this. We're waiting for a reversal off of one of these fib levels. Now, seeing this range of consolidation, like if you were to draw like an ordinary fib, like not in reverse, like high to the low, what you can notice is a 23% usually isn't a reversal, isn't usually like indicates a reversal, but it indicates a consolidation. So you can see that 23% is sitting right on top where that 78.6 is. I missed this setup, and I had this setup drawn, but you can see 78.6 was that reversal area. Why? Because it comes at 78.6, closes below, comes back, 78.6, and look what happens. Boom, drops to the floor, right? So here, same thing that happened here, we can do the same thing, just like with this. So we can move this down, delete this, have a trend line there. Oops, let me get that back. So when it finds some support, which if it finds it here, which means it starts getting a retracement, we can do something like this, and we can move here. We have 38.2, 61.8, 78.6, 88.6. So any of these levels, it can obviously go off of. Now, another thing to use with this, if it breaks above like a certain level, you can obviously retest it and then get a correction. Sometimes it can break. If it breaks, then you just continue. All right, we now know it's an uptrend, and you can go like that. But if it does this, let's say it goes up to the 618, right? Finishes a correction below 78.6, test that 78.6 or 61.8, and then short it. So much can happen. You always have to just be aware and have multiple things line up in the same area. So here it was this consolidation. It was at 23% from one direction and the 78.6 from the other direction. So you can kind of see exactly how what we would do with this. Again, there's no setup here on USD CAD, so I wouldn't worry about it. I just wanted to show you guys exactly how you can catch big moves like that. Alright, so moving on. I'm actually going to get on our scanner and see if there's anything, because I'm honestly not liking a lot in the market right now. So, alright, so here, this I wouldn't even take yet until it reaches this entry point, because that's when You see right there, 88.6. That's what an official bat pattern does form. But let's take a look at this. So USD CHF. We're gonna delete everything. Actually, I'm gonna just do a different chart because I like keeping. All right. This is a H1. So we can see that correction up here, which I do honestly like, because what do you see here? Look at this. You have a shift in momentum. You have a huge shift down, and then you have a big shift up. So now, going into that 88.6 area, from this low, to this high, and yes, we are drawing it regular with a harmonic. You can see price is only at a 78.6. A bat pattern completes at 88.6. So again, I would be waiting for this area right here. For the bat pattern to completely be shifted. Right? Down, shift up. You have this consolidation down into a movement into this area, 78.6, 88.6. Now, where the fun begins. I want to see where they have, okay. So they have this wave. They have this wave. Here we go. So if you're with harmonics, trading harmonics, it's a completely different type of, for me anyway, like analysis than what we just did on USD CAD. The reasons being is because it's more structural. It's based on ratios and extensions. And fibs, which we do a lot of fibs already, but it has to be drawn in a basically profound, correct format, not in reverse. But here, what you can notice is that we have, I'm just going to draw the harmonic. Get out of my way. Alright, so here, alright, so we have the X to A. Now you have your ABC corrective, which is considered an A, B, C to D. A, B, C, D. Now it's all based on fib, extensions, and ratios. Where this correction should complete is into a 161.8 extension for a bat pattern. Notice here, this blue line is our 88.6, and you have this 161.8 extension. If you guys want to see, hold on, I can draw it in reverse. You can see right there, from the AB leg, this leg, the extension of that leg into a 161.8 is right around that area, calling for a buy. So let's say 94,650 to 94,550. So it's a 10 pip area. On USD CHF that we'd essentially buy. right? At least get a move upwards. Where's the take profit 1 is here, 95.4. So say 95.450, 95.450, which is right literally like around here. It's low right here. Notice that goes back into that 100%. It's a perfect area for it to go. So if I were to look here, long position, have it in this 10 pip area, right? It'd actually be almost a 90 pip move. Stop is 94.2, so that's about a 30 pip stop. So stop would be 94.2. We have this nice potential bat pattern set up here. H1 bat pattern. Entry zone would be, what's that, 0.94, 550, 0.94, 650, and stop loss would be 0.94, 200. Target 1. Always set 25 pips. I just like getting 25 pips out of a trade. 25, 50 pips, that'd be 0.94 from 650, 900. And then we do target 2. Take profit 1 on the scanner, which would be 95,400. And then target 3 for swing trade would be take profit 2 on the scanner, which would be 95,850. Definitely use these kind of things that I wasn't trying to use. Alright, cool. So there we go, guys. Setup I like. I will be calling this later on, but it is the end of the week, so if it does not get activated by this week, do not worry. It might be honestly a trade set up for next week, but we'll try to get some rallies out of it if we need to finish out the week. But I do like that pattern. Alright, USD CHF. I love bat patterns. Let's see what else is next. NZD-JPY butterfly. Let's see. Alright, so we had this break up. Alright, I was actually looking at this NZD-JPY. If you notice something, what do you guys see here? Uptrend, even if you were to draw from here, draw mostly from here. That's where most of the wicks touched. Look at that. You see that? Up here, go down a time frame. It's a weekly, but look where it's sitting at here in the weekly. Look at that. You see this? We're on a 4 hour. See this range? One hour, big impulse up, test, lower high, up. See how it rejected off this 38.2? 38.2, it can go anywhere, 61.8, 78.6, 88.6, rise. Retest and buy, that would just be what I would look for. See a big impulse up, now it's going down. You have this little small bat inside of there. Take profit 1, take profit 2 would be my target points for here. So any one of these areas, 78.58, which is here, 78.54, or 78.400 with my areas. Boom. And look at the fibs. Look how they line up perfect with like support and resistance. Support, 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 break, support. Come up, come up. It's crazy. So you got a weekly, third trend line touch. Look. Breaks this area. Boom. Breaks, breaks, breaks above, test, down. Also, if you were to go here, it hit a 61.8 fib on the weekly. Having a nice consolidation in there, 4 hour. So I have to see. We'll check it out. But in my opinion, I do believe that the bulls will take over here. Let's just see. Based on that weekly trendline touch, you can see here it's fighting this trend line. So if it breaks above, the all four getting that 618 test. Bring it up. Why this is red? Why is this red? Now this is intraday, 15 minute. Showing from this high, rejection, down at this low. And look how that 618 lines exactly up in that same area. See that? 618 lines up with the 618. Golden ratio, that's where my entry would be. 78.540 for NZD-JPY. So it continues to pull up. I'd still wait for that retest. Into that 127. So my NZD JPY, let's see what else we got. Shark, NZD CAD, deep crab, let's see. I like deep crabs. But it's a big downtrend. Let's see. Yeah. I'll actually wait for the short on that one. GVB CAD. Whoa. There's a big gap on. There we go. This is pretty crazy. That's a big spike down. Alright, so check this out. Again, just like USD CAD, we have this low, this high, fibs, low to the high. Yes, I do look at waves. So here, it didn't quite hit a fib exactly, but it still was within that golden ratio area, 38.2618. Even if we were to draw it the ordinary direction, it still would show up as same places. The reason I don't use a 50% is because it's an indecision area. It did hit off of 50% here, but it's basically a 50-50 chance it's saying it's going to reverse off of, which it's not a realistic, valid enough anyway for me. Reversal area it used to be, but then I figured, just study and get more aware, become more aware. You realize that the 50 is really nothing. But here you can see obviously big shift down, looking for that retracement down, and this spikes down again. Now here it's showing some type of harmonic, but I wouldn't even buy that considering the market. Like, look at this trend. Where's the trend? Down, 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 down. So that ain't worth it to take it, in my opinion. Anyway, all USD. Let's check it. Alright, so I did have a buy on this yesterday. I was going over it. Again, forgot to call it. We called this short here, right? We called this short down for a small move, and then what happens? You guys remember news Tuesday night? News was right here, this green thing. Wicked up to the 886, shot down. We had that drawn just like this. Wait, I think it was opposite. Yeah, we have it drawn. Here we go. Check this out. So here, right, down we had a rejection off 886, shot down to where? 38.2, around there, right? Closes below, but what happens? You get a shift back up. I want you guys to see this. like this ain't no BS. Big impulse up. Why would I be looking for buys after that? Because look how strong the candles are compared to the previous candles. And then look at this. Down, up, and then what really happens? Down, tests that 38.2, closes below, breaks above, tests 38.2, and then what's it do? Boom, takes off to finish that leg. Right, so now, overbought is not a reason, sole reason just to take the trade. Now there is, however, a harmonic on this somewhere. I don't know where, somewhere in here. Boom, 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 boom. Where the extensions line up. It was called by one of our traders, phenomenal trader. So trust his analysis. This should be shorting like it is here. You can see the strong candle down. Would be an indication that this should continue its way down here, at least until one of these areas, 618, 38.2. Around this area, 38.2, 100 levels. Well, you don't have to worry about U.S. pairs for the rest of the week because the hurricane's not hitting until the weekend. So next week would be more of a concern than anything this week. Let me just see something real quick. We caught a sell at 80,442. Stop loss was up 80.83, somewhere all the way up there. You can see it's having some momentum down close to our entry area. And here, yeah, it should continue down, break. Boom. Okay, let me see something real quick. It's one of those areas, here. So it did have a breakout, so I would short it down into like any of these blue lines, to be honest. And then buy off of one of these. Maybe not these two, more like this one. This one. Just because it tests that previous floor. Close, test, breaks above, test again. So on and so forth. So, again, that might not happen until next week. It is Thursday night, so I really don't like looking at too much on a Thursday night. The USD CHF was nice, so was the NZD JPY. GPB JPY, we had a shift, I believe. Look at this, test down, 886, rise up, down, up again, huge shift down, comes in, down 618, now it's rising. So this is like, in a sideways market now. It's like you see this sideways, like yeah, you can catch moves inside here, but like, you know, now it's not showing where it wants to go because now it goes hits the 78.6, closes above 618. You should have bought off 618, which is 141.900 to 142. You know, it's a good 20, 25, 30 pips already. But the real question is, does it reject off 38.2 or close above? Take that buy off 38.2. It's really a question of, you know, we had a shift down here, and it could be completing an A, B, C, D. Which in that case, we have to redraw our fibs to something like this. Right, 38.2 comes down to 70.6. Now it's rising up above 618, both of them. Question is, does it reject off this 38.2 or this one or not? Like I said, it's just like not really any setup there in my opinion. Like what do you have here? Like trend lines and stuff. It's not even like a real trend line. It's just like you know. So plus with this missile crisis going on, whatever. Who knows? But anyways, SGJ, GBP, USD. Let's check it out. I know we went over that one before. Alright, so it didn't quite go retrace that steep, so it just started taking off. Oh well. Euro AUD, let's see. Euro AUD took off. I forget where exactly our trade was. Here it was. Down in here. We had news happen on Tuesday night. That was right here. Tried getting to retrace, but it did make its rally to all of our targets. Then you had a big drop and another up, and you have this news wick action going on. Wick to the top, can't break this high. Retracement down into here. So again, another sideways market. Like literally sideways GPV. On again. Breaks out, comes down, stops down here, breaks back above, down here. It's like a sideways going to 4 hour. What is it doing? Sideways market, just like not a lot really going on, so we try our best for you guys. Here, there we go. I think I had this. Rise above, 78.6, test, come out 61.8, test 61.8, rises back above. You guys see how that works? It just works. Works. What else? Do one more, and then we'll get out of here. The EuroCAD. Here we go. See that blue line? I think that's where that stop was on that one trade 2 weeks ago in EuroCAD that we tried. Stopped out and then down and a ways. But anyway, let's do this for educational purposes and we'll get out of here. You see this wave right here? This one, obviously you take here, draw from the low to the high. Right? Just like that. Now check this out. What do you see here? 61.8. Doesn't quite reach it, but doesn't always need to. And see, shift down, retracement up, breaks above 88.6, and you can catch small moves inside of here. Look at this. 15-minute time frame. Where are we at? Breaks above 88.6, comes down, tests 88.6 inside here, right? You can see it here, look. Test 88.6. Rises up. What do we hit? Almost a 618, but an ABC corrective after a drop down. And then what happens? See ya. Down. This is actually a 330 pip move. CADs really moved this week. I'm sorry we missed them, but every once in a while, things like that happen to a lot of pairs. You can't be greedy. You gotta take what we get. Be grateful for the market and learn to work with it, not against it. So with that being said, guys, we have our NZD JPY. Keeping an eye out, like it is Thursday, so keeping an eye out for this pullback into 78.5, 50 levels. And then we have, let's see, whoa, wrong one. USD CHF, I think it's this one. There we go. Which won't take until it hits this area right inside of there. So, love you guys. We will see you on Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Be here, be square. I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. For those of my Florida people, yes, it is my future home and residence out of Miami next year, so it is hitting my heart as well. But please be safe and get out of that state as quickly as you possibly can. You do not want to play around with something like that, especially of this magnitude. For those of you who remember, 25 years ago was Hurricane Andrew, and they didn't know how strong it was, Category 5 storm, and you can see the devastation that happened there, and obviously with the Harvey